Hey everyone, so this is a video that took a minute. We've been busy, mostly because I fucked up the first one, but we are going to be talking about Peacemakers episodes 1 and 2, which we have both watched, and I have my friend with me, This Geeky Life. Go ahead and shout out your stuff a little bit here. This is a good friend of mine, who also does board game things, streaming, stuff like that.
I do board game, Pokemon pack openings, Squishmallow hunts, thrifting board games, going to conventions, you name it. If it's nerdy, I'm out there doing it. You can find me over on TikTok and YouTube and Twitch under This Geeky Life. And I'm also on Instagram under This Geeky Life _.
All right, now to talk about Peacemaker. So in the first recording of this video, we talked about the first one. We have yet to talk about the second one. And I suspect we might disagree on this one, actually.
Oh, I'm
But
very
we'll see.
why we will disagree.
But we'll see. We'll see. So, this is the third project in James Gunn's new DC world thing that they're doing. I will admit it's been a pretty weird order so far, but I appreciate it because the first thing canonically is
It's his fourth project, sir. I mean, I guess you don't have to necessarily count his Suicide Squad in his new.
No, you're right, but I only count the stuff that he made with the intention of putting it there, I guess, but technically no, it would be the fourth. Because this show makes it clear, by the way, that the Suicide Squad and Peacemaker definitely happened the way that they did, which really is fine. They addressed that in a little cutscene thing in the very beginning where they cleverly just kind of Photoshop out the old because it's really the only scene you needed to change is the Justice League one. Which I think is funny. I don't know why. I just think it's funny they fucked with it. But I want them to take it a step further. I think they should go back in the actual season 1 logs and put that in there instead. Personally, just to make people less confused.
Okay.
But
yes and no. Yes and no. Yes, I think it would be better, for continuity to do that. However, I actually like the thought of the first season of Peacemaker both existing and not existing in the current.
Being in both,
Earth.
but slightly different.
Yeah, they happened on 2 different Earths with slightly different changes.
I don't necessarily hate it either, but I just think for general audiences that it would be fine. But I'm also someone that's kind of against the idea of changing media whenever it's already out. So I kind of have to stick to my guns on this one and say it's fine.
My thing is, I think it's a nice way to throw a bone to the Snyder Bros.
They don't deserve
as
it.
Much as I hate to say it, it's a nice way of just being we're not going to change it there. So if you don't decide to keep going, you're good.
But what if they reshot it and put Henry Cavill in it? You know how crazy that'd be? He comes back for just the stupidest thing. That'd be so funny. It'd be very funny, but there's no way Henry would say yes. I don't blame them. They've treated that man badly. Anyway.
Too bad. So
it ain't Henry's fault. So
no, and James Gunn addressed what happened.
He addressed that. Yeah. That's a whole other discussion, but yeah, he did talk about it, and he said Henry's the nicest guy ever, and we want him to be in the DCU with somebody else and stuff like that. And I'm just who the fuck would you cast him as otherwise, though?
I don't know. I feel bad for Henry Cavill because he's in the middle, especially after hearing how
he's also like us. He's a nerd like us who loves this shit.
Yeah. And plus, it sucks because Black Adam and everyone involved with that project threw him to the wolves.
Basically.
Very well knowing that everything was about to change, and they didn't bother to tell him.
They were so certain that they could just force their way into. We'll get there. Whole discussion. That could be an hour-long discussion on the absolute shit show that was up to this point. But anyway, Just reel it back in, just
Oh,
because I know how I'm gonna
focus.
be. If I start talking about this, it's gonna be a 2-hour video. So
I mean, we know how we both are when we get on these topics.
yeah, no, we do, and I'm not against making that kind of video. Maybe I'm putting a pin in that
Someday.
one, maybe, but Peacemaker. So this is essentially the third thing, really, in essence, that he wrote for the intention of his DC universe. Like I said, it's a bit of a weird order. We have Creature Commandos, which you have not seen, and you really should. It's
I
fantastic.
need to.
And given the
Yes.
spoiler that I heard about episode 3, you need to watch it now. And
Well, I don't have time.
it's unfortunate,
I
but you gotta watch it now.
I
um,
I, I do.
I wouldn't say that, but the thing that I have heard is you should. But anyway, the Creature Commandos is the first thing. And what's interesting is they also said that the people who play them, who do their voices, are also going to do them in live action too, which I think is kind of cool.
Yes.
Um, for some people, that might be a little weird. Like if they get the perfect voice, but like the actor, like physically, just doesn't match even remotely. They'll probably keep that in mind, and they'll just like, okay, we're gonna cast them as if they were playing the live action one, and so it's probably fine.
Yeah.
But I think that's an interesting choice. Um,
I mean, James Gunn's been like gung ho on that since day one, since he's come in
yeah,
over the entire.
he was pretty
DCU,
sure about that, which I think is
that he
cool.
wanted that continuity, that regardless it was played by the same actor, so
Yeah.
it did not confuse audiences.
And he has also said that he is not scared to recast anyone, so there's not going to be any more of that Ezra Miller bullshit that we're not going to bring up here. But point is, be normal, please, on these sets. Don't do anything crazy. But this brand can't take anymore, okay? But no, this is the third thing, okay? So Peacemaker is the third thing after Superman. Fantastic, by the way. And she thinks so
Okay.
as well.
I do. I could talk about it all night.
Yeah, me too.
so.
Me too. So we're just going to say very good. Just greenlit a sequel, by the way. We're quite thrilled about that.
Yes, which we can talk about that once we're done talking about episodes 1 and 2.
We're
So
quite
maybe
thrilled.
We
Yeah.
are. We're both very thrilled.
I'm very happy. And I see. I'm sorry, I have to address this one thing. The fucking Snyder people are whining now because they said, well, that's what Snyder was going to call his Man of Steel sequel. I don't care. I'm sorry. That is. The Man of Tomorrow is just what he's been called for like 50 years. That is not some new idea at all.
Yeah.
Just.
Can we just like dive into episode 1?
Yes. For the
So we
record,
can
by the
just
way,
touch-
I think the third movie should be called Last Son of Krypton. But
Oh, okay.
I think that'd be very cool. But yes, episode 1. When we last saw Peacemaker, there was like the whole butterfly thing in the first season. If you haven't watched this, by the way, we're just going to blow through spoilers for season 1. I'm sorry. We can't have this talk without it. So
I mean, we are in up to episode 3 at this point of season 2. If you have not watched or
season 1,
you're
I'm
behind
sorry.
on spoilers, just
So
come back when you've done that.
Please do. It's very good. Watch it. So long story short, Peacemaker is not doing very well. At the end of the last season, he killed his dad. Justifiably so, but like that's still fucked. Harcourt is like losing her shit and getting attacked by people in a bar because she just wants to get in a fight and she's not doing well. Waller's kind of like blacklisted her and the whole team for kind of outing the Suicide Squad stuff to the government. The only person who seems to be doing kind of well is Adebayo, actually, even though she's having trouble with their significant other and stuff. Yeah, nobody's really doing good.
No.
And Cena, Peacemaker, least of all, so he essentially finds, which we already saw this, we've seen this in the first season, but they just kind of brushed over it a little bit, this portal inside the house that essentially opens to a pocket universe, which, by the way, James, you're fucking brilliant for including something that you already wrote into the thing to make it work really easy. It's kind of funny. There's like this alien that like refuses to say
Yeah.
hi. He's like getting his coffee and shit, and he's just like, and the alien just ignores him. And is like, fucking asshole. I'm just
Hmm.
picturing all these different versions of like Peacemaker and Batman and like his morning robes. Just that'd be
Yeah.
pretty funny. Um, Imagine you see like Darkseid like in his like dad robe with like from like an alternate universe where like he's just like a peaceful guy. Anyway,
That would
um,
be really fun.
that'd be very funny. I'd love it. Long story short, he finds one of these doors that leads to an alternate universe that's pretty similar, with one big difference. His dad is not a crazy racist. His brother's alive, and his life was pretty good. So it seems pretty good.
Yeah.
We'll
It
see.
seems pretty good.
We'll see. But they seem to be heroes over there, as far as I can tell. So we have to go based on what we know, and that's a lot, man. Imagine you see a universe where your life just went better. You'd be tempted to stay at least a little.
Yeah, a little bit.
At least a little, especially Peacemaker, because he's now killed two members of his family. Think about that for a minute.
Yeah.
And one of them he didn't deserve it at all. His dad's one thing, but his little brother, who's alive and well and happy. Ooh.
Yeah.
What did you think of the first episode? And did I miss anything?
I
If I
personally
did, go ahead.
I enjoyed the first episode. I will say there is way too many penises.
Yeah,
I will just
we're gonna talk about that.
like I think like that could have been cut down a little bit.
I think it could have been a
However,
quick slideshow.
if I was James Gunn and I wanted to hide all of the spoilers about the map of what I had for the DCU,
That's the exact
that's
place
where
I'd
I
put it.
that's
Yeah.
where I'd put it because
People have been
listen,
examining
people,
that, saying the same thing.
like
Yeah, that scene was a bit
that's
much. That scene was a bit
that's the
much. But no, go ahead.
no, that's really about it. Like I enjoy seeing, where everyone's at. And honestly, it makes sense that they're not doing good because a lot of times you think after, yay, raw, we defeated the bad guy, everything's going to be
Yeah,
happy
everything
go
will be fine.
lucky.
You're welcomed as
Go,
heroes and all that. Yeah.
but, reality is it probably doesn't usually go that way because there's a lot of fallout.
And how about you tell him about the scene where he tries to join the Justice Gang and kind of
Oh,
why he's fucked up a little bit.
yeah. So if you've not seen Superman, first off, again, why are
Spoilers
you
for
even
that
watching
anyway.
it?
Who cares?
You
Let's
need to
go.
go see Superman. The Justice Gang, they're there with Green Lantern, Hawk Girl, and
No
Stag.
terrific, which makes me sad, but
Well,
it's
he's
fine.
probably off working on his show.
I hope so.
Um, anyway, so they're interviewing other superheroes to come in and try and like find another member for the team. And so Peacemaker goes in for his interview, and the whole time, like, they're asking him questions and he answers. He can hear their comments because the button's not working to turn off when they're talking, which in, TLDR, Green Lantern purposely did to mess with Stag because he thought it would be funny. But it was not.
Also,
Peacemaker and
tiny correction. It's not Stag. It's Maxwell Lord. Continue.
oh, it's Maxwell Lord. Sorry.
It's
It's
okay.
been a
I'm just
day.
mentioning it. I just want to make sure we didn't
Um,
confuse anybody. Is all. Go ahead.
No, yeah, you're good. And so Peacemaker ends up going off asking them, like, you guys are aware I can hear everything you're saying.
That's pretty funny.
He leaves, gets back, in the car, and he's talking about just how much it sucks. And he goes home and he wallows because he just wants to be accepted because he's trying to change, he's trying to be better. And the world's telling him, LOL, we don't care.
Yeah. And on top of that, too, I want to point out also, real quick, that this scene was also intercut with, like Like, it was funny, but it was also sad. I think James Gunn has a really good talent for making things both serious, sad, and funny at times. Like, that scene was sad because you could tell on John Cena's face, like, he was trying to, like, push through, even though he could still clearly hear them, like, talking shit about him. And he's just kind of like, well, I'm one of the best marksmen in the world. I'm, this and this. I'm good at this, and he can hear these people just like talking mad shit about him, and it is funny, but like you can tell what he's thinking when he says these things. And
Yeah.
I think that's a talent that James doesn't really get credit for. Some people kind of think he's just like the funny guy.
Mhm.
These are some
Well,
really dark and sad stories every time
well,
he writes something.
yeah. Well, I think the beauty too of that scene, with, Peacemaker again, like Chris going through his list of things and, why he should be allowed. He's trying so hard to be like, trying to be better, but also when you're in that position of trying to remind yourself, I'm better than what everyone thinks I am.
It's for himself
And
as much as it is, yeah.
for them, yeah. So like he's fighting against the noise, but sometimes it's hard to not listen to the noise.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they say write what you know, so it would be interesting to hear James Gunn's take on that because I have to wonder if like his process of when he took over the DCU is also kind of in that scene when everyone was constantly questioning him
Yeah.
in the lead up to Superman and to everything that is coming in his roadmap
Mm-hmm.
of just being like, are you sure you can do this? We don't believe you can do this. We're going to say all these negative, bad things about you and like tear it down from your Snyder Bros to your critics to
It's mostly
everyone,
them, but yes.
but that noise still gets through.
Yeah.
And so you
He's
have
even
to say
commented on
the
it a few times.
yeah, and you have to say the things that Chris was saying to fight through the noise, even if
Yeah.
it doesn't always work. So it's very interesting to kind of look at it through that lens and on that level.
Yeah. And like, yeah, no, we kind of nailed the setup already. The setup is basically that Argus is kind of watching Peacemaker, and they get like a little notification, not to their phone, but like metaphorically, they get a little
Yeah.
notification whenever he uses that portal thing because they don't know he has this at this point,
Yeah.
and they thought it was a glitch or whatever a few months prior, but then it happens again. Which, again, if you haven't seen Superman, they're keeping a very close eye on any sort of pocket dimension bullshit after Metropolis was almost destroyed. And then they see it here and they're like, and Rick Flag Sr. in particular is not a fan.
No, but we'll get to that.
We'll get to
Give them
that
a
here in
bit
a
of that.
minute because they talk about that. So as far as like final ratings for the first episode, I'm not Sonia, me, I'm personally gonna give it an 8. After sitting on it for a week or two, I think there's some stuff that could have been done a little better. I think most of the comedy works in it, actually. The orgy scene went a little too long.
I say I'm sticking with the 7. I
Uh,
believe I gave the last time we tried to record it because again,
I thought you gave
too
it an
many.
8, but I could be remembering wrong.
You know what? Maybe the too many penises brought it down to a 7
Oh
after
well,
sitting, thinking about it.
none of them
So
girthy enough for you. I'm kidding,
I didn't even watch the scene.
but
I'm watching it like this with my husband, and I'm like, "Tell me when they're gone.
watch
Just
James
tell me
just
when they're
post on
gone."
Twitter. All the secrets to the DCU are in the background of the penises. You have to watch it.
That I will not. I will just
You'll
be
just wait to
spoiler
see what other
free.
people say about it. Um, no, for me, I think I'm going to stick with an 8. I think the story was done really well, and spoilers for the ending, he fucking kills the other Peacemaker from the other world. And so now he's like freaking, and that's how the episode ends, and he's like freaking out. And what I kind of suspected was going to happen is sort of where it goes by the end of episode 2. But we'll get to that here in a second.
Yeah.
But it's pretty good. James Gunn knows how to write the characters. He knows how to write story. And here's the thing: not everything has to be perfect, but if you nail the characters on stuff and you make me care about them, which I think is a real problem that the last version of DC had, was making me care about these people. How did I not care? Total different thing, but I'm just saying, how did I not care enough about Superman? You know what I mean? Like that's a big problem.
It's a big problem, and it's crazy.
Even if your
And I
story's
can't
not that
believe,
great, if you make me
and I
care about these people, I will feel
right,
something.
and like I can't believe like I'm saying this, but like it's insane that everything up until the Justice League Snyder version, there wasn't a character I cared about. The only time I cared is once I got that Cyborg story.
Which is weird
Because
because that movie is really good. I thought it was.
yeah,
But up until then, it's just like,
but that movie also had an interesting opportunity
yeah, it had an
where
unfair advantage.
because you know, Zack Snyder had the opportunity to go in and edit the movie already knowing exactly how all the critics felt.
And it's 4 hours long.
It's 4 hours
Nobody
long.
gets 4 hour long cuts of their movies first shot.
No.
They don't. That's why I
No.
don't give that movie more credit, because you shouldn't need 4 hours to make a good movie. You shouldn't. I'm sorry.
Should not.
And that's not
But
meant to be mean. That's a whole different discussion. But point is, I think that was a problem before, and I don't think I'm seeing that problem here, because so far in the 3 projects we've
yeah.
had, 4 if you count Suicide Squad, I care about almost everybody.
I care about
And
everyone.
I don't think
I
there's anyone I really don't like care that much about, except for one person, and we'll talk about that at some point. It's not even in Peacemaker. It's actually in Superman. I did not
yeah, I'm
give
very
a
curious.
shit about Perry White at all. He's barely in it. I think they really screwed
I
up
mean,
on that, but that's
I
okay.
think
I'm
but
not. I
I
don't hate
think
him. It's just he's barely in the movie.
but I don't think he needed to be in the movie that much
No,
with the story that
I
that
don't think
movie
so
told.
either. It's just that's something where I'm just like, why is he here? It kind of feels like kind of pointless, but it's fine. It's just
We'll get
a little pet peeve of mine because I like Perry
yeah,
White. Um,
yeah.
but anyway, episode 2. This is the one I think we might disagree on, maybe.
I'm very curious how we're gonna disagree.
Um, how should I put this? While I liked some stuff that was in it, I thought it was pretty mid, personally. There's a couple things I like about it, but I think some of his James Gunn isms went way too far for me. Like the
I
Argus agent, the black guy, I forget his name. Uh,
love that.
I did a little,
I
but like he just
especially when he was like, "I have bird blindness." That was the best.
the bird blindness thing was a little funny, but like it just went on too long, and he joked about it like 6 times throughout this episode. I'm just like,
It
okay, I get it.
was,
But that's not even what made me roll my
okay,
eyes. It
but
was
I
the
think
calling that girl titties and other stuff.
oh
I'm just like,
yeah,
come
but
on now,
I
James.
but that's also the actor. I can't remember his name, but he is like that in a lot of his projects.
Yeah, it just
So
kind of annoyed me.
I was full on expecting that over the topness. I was ready for it. I was like, "Oh, this is going to be great. He's going to say the dumbest, most over the top things that is going to make people think like,
I've never seen this guy before, so this was news to me.
oh, if he's in Brooklyn Nine-Nine. You should
Oh,
watch
okay.
it.
I've never seen him.
He's in prison as a cannibal. It's it's very good.
Hmm. It's wonderful.
Yeah.
It it's just a lot of the jokes didn't really land for me. Nothing really happens in this episode per se. Um,
I was gonna say like I see why you feel the way you feel about this episode because it was more geared towards showing that at the end of the day, all of the characters care about each other.
yeah, it just felt
And
like, yeah. Go
and
ahead.
setting up the fact that like they're going to come back together. We're just not sure exactly how they end up back together to
Or
fight
when? Yeah.
or whatever the bad guy actually is this season.
Yeah, because right now we don't have an antagonist. I think that's kind of
We have kind of ideas of who might be the antagonist, because
Argus, or
it could be Argus, it could be Rick Fox. I think that's Rick Fox, right?
Flag. You mean
Flag.
Rick
Sorry.
Fox? You
I'm
casual.
like,
There's some books over there you must read. I
I'm
sentence
not.
you to 10 more years of Suicide Squad.
Listen, I have not watched Peacemaker since last Sunday, sir. I haven't looked at anything, read anything.
I meant his name. You should know Rick Flag.
I should.
Nah, I'm just giving you a hard time. But
Um,
not a whole lot happens in it. Eagly gets a crazy scene
that was amazing.
that was hard to believe what I was watching. I love some of those jokes were really funny. They're like, this fucking bird just ripped my eye out. Kind of shit.
I also liked in the beginning, I can't think of the character's name, but Peacemaker's best friend.
Vigilante.
Vigilante. I love Vigilante.
He's so
calling
funny.
Peacemaker out on the fact of, like, you only call me when you need me to help you with something.
Something horrible, too.
Yeah. Like, I could have been here. Like, I could have hung out
His
with you.
joke about the threesome thing was really funny. he's like, it's not about the sex, man. It's about doing things with my bro, you know? And Peacemaker's like, no, that's weird, actually.
Yeah.
And he's just like, no, it's not. He clearly doesn't get it. Like, he doesn't understand.
No, he does not. But I think it's a nice, like, point out to the fact of, like, part of Chris's problem is he does not lean on his friends.
Yeah.
He is
like Adebayo's trying to get to talk to him about stuff, and he just won't tell her, even though he should.
He keeps shutting down and he needs to do the opposite. Like,
to this day, nobody else knows about the portal thing except Argus. Like, he has not talked to them about it. He hasn't told anyone. And yeah, no, he's not doing well. He does need to open up, and I think that's part of what the conflict is his inner turmoil here. And it wasn't like a terrible episode of TV or anything like that. I'm not going to come in and say that, but I do think that
I think it leaned too heavy on the character-driven stuff for a show that
a bit, yeah,
supposed to be, action-driven, and we didn't end with, again, no idea other than, like, with Flag. I think that we could see, once he realizes what's in the house, trying to go to this other universe to bring his son back.
You're gonna like episode 3. Because I suspect that that's where this is going.
I mean,
can I just tell you the thing? Like,
yes,
it's not.
Just tell me the thing.
Okay, Rick Flag Jr. is in the next episode, very clearly in the episode, and possibly Enchantress.
Oh, okay.
Like, all I know is they showed like a scene where like he's in bed talking to somebody. And he's talking about his girlfriend and how he kind of wants to leave her, but, like, he's scared of her. It's like a joke, but, like, they very clearly show that Rick Flag Jr., played by Joel Kinnaman, I desperately want him to come back, by the way. That man is not as loved as he should be. Watch Altered Carbon. He is so good in that role. But, I fully think they're going to bring him back. I'm positive.
Yeah.
I think there is one thing that James Gunn regrets, and if he knew he was doing the DC stuff, he would have changed it. I guarantee it. So I think they're going to do that. I think he's going to use his Pocket Universe stuff to kind of fix, like, little things here and there that he wants to change. Which I think is smart, and if he's smart enough, he can do it. But just be careful with that, because that's a tightrope. And
Pandora's box.
It's a tightrope. Be careful. Peacemaker and Harcourt are kind of fighting a bit because she clearly is like having trouble and just has
Yeah.
toxic masculinity. We kind of didn't really talk about it earlier, but like it's it's funny.
Yeah.
And she was like getting in bar fights and basically almost killing people, um, which I guess is pretty normal for her. But like I think it's a bit much. Uh, he can kind of tell because he knows her, and he also feels a little bit of that. So he
Mhm.
picks up on that right away. But she just keeps denying it and says no, and gets mad at him and shitty with him and kind of calls him out
Yep.
like, I'm not someone you can just save, blah blah blah, you want me to be weak, don't you, and all this other shit. And I'm just like, man, she really wants him to hurt when he just shows like even the tiniest bit of.
I think she has convinced herself that she doesn't deserve to have anyone around after everything that happened to her in season 1.
Yeah,
I think that's where this is kind of going and why she's doing what she's doing.
yeah, I
Because,
would say so, yeah.
yeah.
Because what?
Oh, no, yeah, I was done with the thought.
Yeah, what'd you think about the episode overall? Because it's mostly been me talking about this one.
I I liked the episode, but I love character driven.
I do
So,
too.
however, like I wish we had a better sense of who the villain was. Because right now, it's to me, it's Argus.
And they're not really the villain, they're the antagonist. I like to,
Yeah,
is how I would put it, because I guess the closest thing we have to a villain right now is Rick Flag Sr., I guess. Who, by the way, I just want to say this because this scene was really good. Uh, the scene where he gets the document of exactly what happened to his son, that was
yes,
rough.
that was rough,
He's sitting here reading word for word exactly what happened, and
and
they're
it's just like,
intercutting it with like the scenes themselves from the movie, which I thought was pretty emotional myself when I first
mhm.
watched it, and I was like, ooh,
Well, and
oh.
it's just like I can't be mad at him for all of this. What parent wouldn't be doing that in his position?
Yeah, you really can't because like and on top of that, there's like a portal to another dimension and shit opening in his house. Like on one hand, it's kind of his job to be investigating this man, and on the other, it's a personal
Hmm.
thing as a parent because this man killed your son.
Yeah,
So like he has every right to. If anything, I think he's being a little restrained. If I'm being honest, I'm surprised he hasn't like sent SWAT to just like gun him down and like cover
it's
it up.
very fair. Yeah,
Um, I'm not saying he'd be in the right per se, but like I'm surprised he didn't. Um,
but yeah, no. Overall, I thought it was good. I
yeah,
mean, if I had to rate it, I think I would probably put it 7.5.
I think I'm probably gonna go with the 6
That's fair.
because for a couple of reasons. I also like character driven stuff a lot, and I think that's the most important thing. But for me, when you really think about it, it felt like this episode was entirely character driven and not plot driven. And I think in
Yes.
episode 2, by episode 2, we should at least have a general idea of what's going on. And right now, there is essentially no conflict. Essentially. The only
Yeah.
conflict we really have is them investigating Peacemaker for this like door in his house. And when you really think about it, like nothing's really like there's stuff happening. I'm not saying nothing happens in this episode, but like the plot didn't really progress in this episode like at all until the last like 5 minutes, I guess,
Yeah.
where he goes into this other universe and he it's quite clear at least to me that he's probably going to stay at least for a while. Or at
Yeah.
least
Well, I
a
guess
bit.
we'll find out. We'll find out with episode 3.
Yeah, which hopefully we'll be recording that
Which
maybe tomorrow.
I maybe
We'll see.
depends when I get to watch it.
I just would like to
I
catch
do
up is
have
all.
questions.
But
I have questions
mhm.
about episode 3, like at the end of this, because you see him texting the
Yes.
other like universes hardcore, and
And
he
she
just
sends back
texts
a
back,
heartbreak emoji.
and it's just like you break up? What's going on?
I think
Also, I really hope we're gonna get Nightwing in the other universe. Just
I don't think
saying.
that's gonna happen.
I don't think it is either, but a girl can
Gunn did
hope.
say
Sure.
though that we should expect some very large cameos in this season towards the end, but he didn't say what they were. I think it might be Superman.
Maybe,
But
maybe.
I
I
don't
don't
think it would be
know.
something big. I think it would be something very small. But
Like I said, like a girl can hope. A girl can hope.
bro, imagine it's Supergirl and she's like on a bender.
Oh my gosh.
Like we think it's Superman and you hear like the John Williams theme and it's all electric guitar and then fucking Supergirl shows up and she's like oh
Or
yeah.
we get our first images of Lobo.
Oh my god, I'd give anything for Lobo to hang out with Peacemaker.
Or we just see Lobo hanging out with Guy Gardner in a bar.
Oh, I'd give anything. That'd be so cool. I I wonder if this is gonna like end with like a tiny little teaser for like lanterns or something.
I hope so. I'm really
Which
excited for that show.
which thing is coming next first? Since we already talked about the episode, which thing is coming first? Is it lanterns or Supergirl? Do
I
we know?
think it's Lanterns. I think Lanterns is like early in 26. I'd have to look it up.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know because for me, viewer, me and her have talked about this many times, but for us, the DCU so far is good, and we're fans of it for sure. But the real test as to whether or not this can work is Lanterns and Supergirl.
Yeah.
Because up until now, as you've probably already noticed, everything has been written by James Gunn. And we already know he can do that. You know, we already know he can write things. We already know he can direct things. He's just good at it, okay? I had no doubt that these things were going to be good.
Did we know Greg Berlanti was tied to Lanterns and I just
Yes,
forgot?
I
Okay.
knew that, but you might not have.
I
I'm not
probably
sure.
I think I just forgot.
Greg Berlanti was trying to do a bunch of stuff, but
I mean, he's fundamental to the Arrowverse. That's why it's important. But I
he
was like,
is.
how did
Yeah.
I not remember this?
He also
It
direct.
doesn't have.
He also had a pretty big hand in that Death of Superman animated film, which I think
Yeah,
is fantastic. If you haven't seen it, that's the New 52 one.
I have not seen
Oh,
it
it's
yet.
great.
I need to
It's
see it.
shockingly good. It's amazing. But
Okay, yeah. So the Lantern series is expected to be released before Supergirl next
okay,
year.
that's what I kind of thought. Wonder how many seasons that'll be. Anyway, I wonder if they'll do a movie after. I don't know. We'll see. But um, I don't know. When I think lanterns, I don't think television. You know, I feel like
I
that's a big budget film thing, like a big sci-fi epic type stuff. But
I complete opposite.
yeah, I
Especially since it's going to be on HBO Max, since they'll have the budget to do the things that need to be
oh
done
no for
for it.
sure. Yeah, I don't think it's gonna look like
I
shit. Yeah,
I think that it can pull off the TV series like vibes.
I do too.
I think I think that with how massive the Lanterns universe is in general, it does better as a TV series because it gives it more opportunity to like jump into all of the character stuff that would be hard
Sorry,
to like hard and honestly if we look back at the failed Green Lantern movie,
I don't want
is
to.
hard to do in movies, especially for an audience that's not that familiar other than they're like, "Oh, it's a character that has a ring that
Yeah,
they use to make things." Like
most
that is
people don't know there's more than one lantern.
yeah.
Most people don't realize that. They're like, "Oh, Green Lantern, the one guy." No.
And everyone assumes and everyone automatically assumes it's Hal Jordan. They don't think
hmm
about, Alan Scott, Guy Gardner, all these other guys.
Yeah. I
John
hope Alan
Stewart.
Scott's in this. That'd be cool. But John Stewart, Pete Green Lantern, by the way. That's my hot take for this video. Um, And yes, that is over Hal Jordan. But
No, I don't disagree actually. So
I'm more talking to them. But yes, I had to have at least one hot take in this video. Sorry. Um, no, for me, hang on a second. My camera just got ugly. I need to buy a new one. It's being weird. Um, no, I'm interested to see how that works. For me, Green Lantern. This is going to be a discussion now. I hope you enjoy it. Me
yeah.
and Green Lantern have a weird relationship in that I don't really like it for the most part until I started reading it. And then I was like, huh, this is pretty cool.
That
For me, when I think of Green Lantern, when I think of like the big budget thing I was telling you about, when I think of Green Lantern, the stuff that pops into my head right away is like Blackest Night and War of the Light and stuff like
mhm.
that. And so when I think Green Lantern, I don't necessarily immediately think TV show. But when this was pitched, James Gunn said something that made me right away. He said it was basically like True Detective. And I was like, because I love True Detective. Like as a
Yeah.
concept, when you have essentially space cops and stuff, that's cool. Um, Even cooler too. Small little thing I want to talk about in the announcement where he said this. He specifically said that there's going to be a terrifying mystery that's going to tie into the bigger DCU. Does that mean
Well,
there's
at least
something fucked up that the Guardians knew about that nobody's going to like know about until like what if their leaders did something fucked? Like, you know what
I
I
mean,
mean?
we're gonna find out, and
We're
I
going to
mean it
find
makes
out,
sense.
but that sounds
It's
pretty
gonna make
cool.
sense because this entire
Because the Guardians are
first,
sketchy. They do this shit all the time.
yes, this first grouping of James Gunverse
Mm-hmm.
movies is Gods and Monsters.
Right.
So it makes sense that there is something bigger lurking out there.
Yeah. I just like the idea that that's just such a rich story. I like when the Green Lanterns are against their creators, like the Guardians of Oa, because they're dicks.
Hmm.
Anyway, I like the idea that they just don't tell people things that they should. Like the Blackest Night event
Yeah,
is kind of their fault, and
fair,
like the Manhunters, kind of their fault. Like
fair.
they're just dicks, and I just don't like them. So I like. I wonder who they're gonna cast. That'd be crazy. Danny DeVito
We'll
as
find.
their. that'd
That'd
be
be funny.
oh, that'd be spectacular. I'd give anything. Supergirl's the one I'm really excited for, though. To be honest, of the two.
Yeah, same.
Uh, and then I guess Clayface is moving pretty fast. Like they're already filming
Oh,
it. Maybe.
okay. I didn't know that, but all right.
Oh, they already cast Clayface as
Can we talk
which
about
is crazy.
the thing that
Yeah,
we're both excited about before? Because I
Superman.
mean, we have to talk Superman, Man of Tomorrow. Like
Yes, I'm very excited about it. I'm glad to
the
hear.
fact,
2027, less than 2 years
yeah.
from now. That has to get pushed. There's no way. But
I
but he said he's
I
got a
think
script done already, and they're gonna start filming like next year. And I'm like, okay, well, all right,
I trust him, and James Gunn I trust.
yeah. I want there to be less characters in this one. Personally, I wasn't
You know,
disappointed with what I saw, but I would like a more condensed vision, a little bit on the Daily Planet, Lex, and Superman and Lois, and whoever the villain is,
yeah. I mean,
Brainiac.
I think I think that, I don't necessarily disagree. I think the very first movie was a lot more of like not world building, but establishing
Yeah,
the
it wasn't a
world.
negative. I just don't want it to be every time that there's a Superman
And I
movie.
mean,
Is all.
we'll see. I mean,
I
if a certain Scarlet Speedster shows up, played by a certain Grant Gustin, I'm not going to complain.
he did say pretty clearly. Did you see the interview here he did recently where he's talking about like updates on the DCU stuff? Because he was pretty candid.
No.
He was pretty clear about what he was saying. Okay, well I'll just tell you to make it brief. He did say uh, he was asked, which by the way, this is very refreshing. He gets asked questions about DCU stuff and he'll just answer it. It's not any like corporate bullshit where he doesn't really know what to say. Like someone asked him, "Hey, are you working on the Authority?" And he's like, that's not going great. We might cancel it." And I'm just like, "Thank you. That's all you gotta do. Just tell me you're
Yeah.
canceling it. I don't care. I don't care about it anyway. But like, just be honest with people. Like, it's not that hard. We like to hear these things." But the reason I bring
Yeah.
this up is because he was asked about Flash and Aquaman, and he, quick as a whip, he said, "I wouldn't expect to see either of those characters for at least 3 years."
Yes. I
And
did
I
actually
was
read
like,
that.
"Good, just tell me, so I don't expect it." Um, in particular, and this is what I wanted to bring up, he is quite excited about Wonder Woman right now, is what he said, which has me
Hmm.
excited because I love Wonder Woman. I think she's cool.
Yeah.
And he said, and he's all like, "Oh, do you have a unique take for it?" And he's like, "Oh, very. It's gonna be good." And I'm like, "Ooh," because I like that kind of enthusiasm when someone's talking about their stuff that they're
Yeah.
like. Obviously, he's not writing it. I think he said that, but like, if he's that like gung ho about it, I'm excited too.
Yeah.
I
Same.
I think that's separate from Paradise Lost though,
I don't know.
which is kind of a shame because I think Paradise Lost is a really cool idea, and I hope they still make it. That one seems to be kind of just in the ether somewhere. No one's really talking about it, along with Swamp
Yeah.
Thing. I don't know what's happening with that, and Booster Gold. Like these are things he announced way in advance, so I'm not like irritated. It's just
You know what I would love for Booster Gold to secretly turn into a Legends of Tomorrow movie so they can just finish off that show.
I don't see a world where they
Listen,
could do that. Go ahead.
did did you watch the last season of Legends of Tomorrow? Do you know how it ends?
I mean, I know Booster's in it, but that's all I know,
Booster,
really.
the very last episode, Booster Gold stole the Wave Rider.
That's pretty cool.
So I'm saying they could easily turn it into this whole time machine heist movie
That
where
could be
he's
cool.
at the center of it and the Legends characters are the background trying to get their time machine back, but everything is focused solely on him.
That could be cool. Now, don't misunderstand. I like Legends of Tomorrow. I always liked Legends of Tomorrow. I just I I don't know if I see them including the Arrowverse to that degree. I think they could
Well,
make
the
Grant the new
thing is,
Flash, but that's as far as I think they'll go.
so here's the thing, James Gunn is quoted in an interview
He did
that if
say he
he
liked
was
it. That
he
part's
liked
true.
Legends of Tomorrow, he liked how it ended, and if he was given a script or opportunity that he liked, he was not against finding a way and finding a space for them to finish
I think
for the fans of that series.
I will
So,
throw you this bone. I think if there's any show that somehow could either survive or continue or have a continue something, I think Legends is probably the only one that could. Because they
Stargirl.
break that's true. Because they break the rules a lot in Legends. And not
They
in a
do
bad
break the rules
way.
a lot.
It's just
Yeah.
the shit gets broken a lot there. Like
Yeah.
the
Say
time like
Legends.
the time they had to kill themselves
Yes.
and their like younger selves were the only ones that survived the season
Yeah.
finale and stuff. That was wild.
Was
But
wild. But
um
say
yeah.
Legends, ended on that cliffhanger, and Stargirl didn't end on a cliffhanger, but it did. I don't know if you saw the last season of Stargirl.
I haven't seen Stargirl at all.
Oh my gosh, Bailey, you
I
should
know. I've heard that a
you
lot.
need to see Stargirl.
I've heard that a lot.
Like it's peak.
I kind
I
of
don't
want
say
to.
that.
It's just
I don't say that about anything where I feel 110%. I'm not just saying it because, oh, I'm looking at it through Sonya, biased eyes, OMG, it's the best
See,
thing
she knows.
ever.
We joke about
I
this a
knew you were
lot.
gonna say it, but like,
I'm
I'm
unfortunately the pessimist of the two of us, but I still love these things.
can I spoil you on how it ended?
I'll put it to you this way. If you were trying to get me to watch this show, I wouldn't advise it. Because that will be the code for I'm never going to watch it then. However, to save us
Oh
some
no,
time,
because
I already do
mhm,
know that Jay Garrick shows up.
yes,
That part I know,
but
but that's it.
the ending has nothing to do with the rest of the show. It just sets everything up for them to do more for Stargirl.
I can't help but wonder if that was Jeff Johns' ego trip, though, a little bit. Because some stuff has come out about that man where he's kind of. Uh, he's.
We
Yeah.
yeah.
We're not going to talk about it here, but the reason I bring it up is just to say that he kind of has a bit of an ego problem, I think, when it comes to the characters that he likes, and Stargirl in particular. Um, I
Well,
think he's pretty weird
Stargirl
about.
was not in the ending. Um, it ended with Jay Garrick and the Shadow
I'm listening.
in the
Stop crying.
Justice Society Museum.
Yeah, I saw the scene.
And
I just
Shadow.
don't know anything
Okay.
about it. Yeah, I saw the scene where Jay just like floats in and he talks to him for a second, and I think he talks like
Let's
about a
see.
greater threat or something. I forget. It was a couple years ago,
Yeah. A
but
greater. Yes.
but
I thought.
no, I think it could be. I believe me. I am a pessimist because I have no reason to hope yet. If there is like some sort of news on it, I will change my mind. It's just I want that to be the case. I have no reason not to,
I'm
but
gonna keep having hope so that way it becomes reality.
I hope so. I hope that for you. And if it does, I will watch it. That is my promise to you.
It worked. It worked for Superman, did it not? I didn't see a single thing when it was first announced, and I was the one to tell you, I was like, I have faith. James Gunn's gonna do this right. It's gonna be great. And you were still like, I don't know, Sonya.
What about him
And
directing
I'm
Superman? Or do you mean
yes, and him directing it, him writing it, me thinking it was
I
gonna
was
be
always
the best
excited.
Superman movie ever. But you didn't think it was gonna be the best Superman movie
I
ever.
didn't think it would be the greatest thing on the planet, no. And it still isn't, but it's really,
It
really
is.
good.
It is the greatest thing on the planet.
I you're crazy. But no, I did love it though, a lot. I saw it twice. I almost saw it a third time. And I was this close, but I was like, that's a 2.5 hour movie. I'm good. And
I
I didn't
saw
have
it three
time.
times.
I did think about it. Oh my god. Tilly, my cat is being an absolute shit. Honey, stop. Stop. You trying to shut your butthole to the
Well,
camera? Yeah.
I say I have nothing else actually to say on
Yeah,
Peacemaker.
me either, honestly. We. The problem is it's hard to say exactly where it's going because we're. Like I said, the plot's not really progressing, is the thing. Which
It's
isn't
not.
necessarily bad. Episode 3 onward might change that. We're really early. So, like,
Yeah.
my opinion might drastically shift when I watch this next episode, which I think it might. But I believe that we are going to see some creature commandos in this season, personally.
Okay.
That's what I think is going to happen. And because Rick Flag Sr. knows them and is in that show a whole lot, which is kind of crazy. He's so
Yeah.
funny. He's so funny in that show. You got to watch it. And No, it's cool. I think the DCU's off to a good start. Um, I'm glad they're kind of like consolidating their stuff kind of to like a singular vision at least, because they didn't have
Yeah.
that. Whenever Zack Snyder left, like love him or hate him, he at least had like an idea of what he wanted. As soon as he was gone, that was not there anymore. Not really.
It no, and there was this power vacuum, and
That
but
eventually
that's
got
a whole
filled by
other
like two other
video.
people, and like one of them was The Rock just trying to force his way into something that was
Yeah,
never gonna happen.
that's like I said, a whole other
Yeah,
video.
no, it's a whole other video, but the point is, at the very
Sorry.
least, we have an actual vision now, which is nice,
Yeah,
and a plan. At very least, we have a plan. I
yeah.
have a plan, John. I don't know if you guys played Red Dead 2 or not, but um, I have a plan, John. Just gotta follow the plan. Um, but no, we like it so far. We're gonna be doing a video on episode 3, hopefully here pretty soon, because I think episode 4 is coming out next week on like Thursday. I
Yes,
guess this week. I
every
guess this
Thursday.
week, actually.
Yeah.
I guess this week, but yeah, no, that's pretty much all I got to say. So,
Same.
I meant to say I might put this at the very beginning of the video and the end, actually, but go ahead and shout out your stuff. This is actually Sonia from This Geeky Life,
What up, yo?
and she's a good friend of mine, and she makes fun content about board games and streaming and stuff like that. She also has a TikTok and all those things. So go ahead and shout out your stuff. I will have links in below as
Yeah.
well for that.
Say yeah, TikTok, YouTube, and Twitch. I am This Geeky Life. On the Instagram, I am This Geeky Life _.
Alrighty. And I will go ahead and talk to you guys later. Drop a follow if you like the content and subscribe and stuff like that, because we're going to be doing these presumably every week. We just kind of messed up
Yeah,
this past like week or two. We kind of messed it up is all. But
we're
presumably we're going to be excuse me. We're going to be doing this every week
yeah.
until it's over. And
Yep.
so yeah, I
And
appreciate you.
if enough of you like it, maybe we'll keep talking about DC and just comic stuff in general.
That's true. I would like
No.
to. I wouldn't be against it if I'm being
Yeah.
honest. Uh
Same.
No, I like it. There's quite a. If you guys haven't seen, there's quite a bit of stuff on my shelf, and you should see what's in the closet. uh, but anyway, yeah, no, that's about it. I appreciate you guys, and have a good one.
Bye.